So we get to a place where it's really a valley. You know, you can be on the mountaintop screaming and having all the girls and, you know, being the man of the town. And then all of a sudden, you are going down and down and down, and you're literally feeling it because now you're starting to have those thoughts of, I used to have a better life at home, but again, I can't go back because I disappointed them. And then I can actually go and rob. And you talked about the moment where, you know, you bumped into a friend and which started your journey back home.
Yeah.
So you get home and now they take you to school. But I want to know the feeling when you got home and you knew now they've driven me back home. Was it one of the broke boys or the rich gang?
No,
You know, we have categories and it's
mm,
okay. We all are in different statuses.
of course, when I got back home, I felt good, but I
Okay.
was still scared. I was like, "Ah, I've been brought back home, but dad has not reacted. What is
What
he
is
really
he
thinking? Yeah.
planning? Mm.
Like, does he want to slaughter me during the night? What? Because you have to ask yourself, why is this? Because that man is tough, by the way. He's tough. But this time around, the guy was calm. So a lot was running through my mind. But I was like, if he's killing me, let him kill me. But I can't go back.
Okay. You made a decision. You are not going back to that life.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think it was time to go back to school. And he told, to take you back, Sokoto, who was the manager, is the one who took me back home.
Yes.
So when we reached home, dad was like, it's now up to you. He's now in your hands. You can look for a school for him. You take him there. So morning came, we came to Kampala.
With
I thought
Sokoto.
maybe these guys are taking me to a barracks or what, something.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Juvenile prison somewhere.
Because even though I was interacting with Sokoto, it is not the way we interacted when we are coming to Kampala.
Okay.
You know, from Barara to Kampala, I think it's 6 hours. But I think you talk to him when a bus makes a stop, maybe you want something to eat. So I was scared also.
You didn't know what was coming ahead.
Yeah. So when we reached Kampala, we came to his brother. He's in there in Nyanama. He's called Gerard. So he was like, even the way he was looking at me,
It was
I was also
Sokoto's
scared.
brother.
Yeah, Sokoto's brother. So he looked at me. He was very furious about me. I thought, what is going to happen? So the next morning, we went to school. It was a good school, Baptist High School, Nyanama there. But entering school, I was shocked. At the gate, you see 5 cameras looking at you.
Now you know.
So this
there
time
is
around, I
no
think there is no
jumping out.
escaping. Yes. It is a mixed school.
You're from that seminary.
I was from a seminary,
But
but of
now
course
you're
now I had
used to
that
the
confidence.
girls.
Yeah. You just enter school, the moment you see this white, I was used to black girls there, so I see these whites, I'm like, okay. Life is not going to be so hard, but cameras.
The girls are around, but now
The
the
girls are
cameras
around,
are
but
the
now the
trouble.
cameras. But then I was also still in that process of weed. I'm like, where am I going to get this weed this time around? So I entered the school, those guys left me, but I was privileged because they're like, I think they talked to the HM. Every weekend I would be allowed to move out
Okay.
and go to the other man's place. So this time around, you start shivering in class,
Because
maybe
of the
during
weed.
prep time. You feel like there is something missing in you. You feel like you need to take this. But then I was new in school, so I had to first befriend those people. So I started befriending them. One time
Knowing
down.
who is the supplier in this
Yeah,
region.
one time down, because the school, it was both boarding and day. So I had to look for those kids. Yeah, of course in any school you find those people there.
So you found them.
Yeah, I found them,
And you
like 2.
you started again.
At first I was scared maybe these people would report me, because you know those schools, there are always those people who are close to the HM.
Yeah.
So you have to, at first you have to be very careful. And since these people know about your story, they are monitoring you. Every time HM is calling in office, how are you doing? How are you finding school? blah, blah, blah. So I was scared at first. But then second term, I got a colleague of mine. I will not mention his name. We were in the dormitory. So I saw this guy hiding something. I asked him, bro, what's that? He's like, man, you do this. The moment I saw that with her, I was like, now you're talking, now this is it. First, that time, we would even move out of class, go to the bathrooms because cameras are not in the bathrooms. So you sit there, you start doing your thing. So now, I was now getting used to the school.
Now you can even see clearly the girls.
Yes.
After you put it in.
Even I go for preps, I don't even sleep. I'm just monitoring the beautiful babes around school. So you're monitoring them, and of course, you know, rumors, they keep circulating in school. There's this guy, man. He walks. You know Latinum? Yes. Of course, I'm telling them, you know Latinum? I'm the guy who's behind the writings and what. So now, I started being famous in school again. So after that term, the second term, we had something, party, school party, something like that, for S4 and S6 leavers. Of course, I was already started. Those people who knew me because I was telling them about Latinum. Then it was one weekend, VD, TON, and Latinum came to school. Oh.
That you became a star.
I became a real star. So now girls are here. Now I walk like this. So during that party, I was requested to perform. I was even the MC. I mashed it up.
And now the coolness has gone off the roof.
So I'll just go in the bathroom, take my wood, come back, get the microphone. Of course, I check the sound. Girls are here. Of course, after the party, now it's me Wizzy again. With those girls in school, coupling. Every time they are calling in office for coupling. Coupling became coupling. Yes. I would date like 3 girls in a term. But of course, those cameras.
They would not allow you.
Yes, they would not allow me. So what I would do, I would plot with girls. Weekend, you fall sick, we move out. So this girl, Friday evening, she's sick. She can't move out of the dormitory the next day.
But another week you move out with another one.
Yes, obviously. I was a star now in school. I was a star. Every girl is looking at me.
So, Wizzy, I want us to fast forward because I want us to come to a place where, when was the time that you made a decision and said, this is not the life that I want to live, or you felt that's the life that you should live for the rest of your life?
It was towards Form 6. I had changed combinations. I think I did 3 combinations in my senior 5. I did history, art, divinity, same school. Then I also did BAG. Till I realized I cannot manage this. So I did history, art, and divinity. It was around mocks. I was confused which papers I'm going to do. So I sat down. I said, I think it's time to settle down, read books, and see. And even there was this lady in school. She was the head of scripture union.
Yes.
So she started befriending me. But at first I didn't give her my attention. But later on, I started going for services.
The cool kid.
Yeah, I started going for services. But of course, I'm still a star in school. But then I later realized if I don't change life, because I was making this 1 year now to finish my S6. So I sat down. Life started changing, but I was still doing my drugs.
So you can say that this was a sober choice that you made.
Yeah.
That, I think I want better for myself. If I continue on the same road that I am on, I'm not going to get anywhere.
Yeah, because I remember I used to have fights with wardens, teachers. So this time around, everyone in school is like, what's wrong with this guy? But of course, they knew my story, so they handled me in a very special way. So they would bring me counselors every Friday. I remember every Friday I would meet counselors. So time came, I'm like, why always me in the counseling room? Why me? So life started changing. changing. I started going for church. And remember, I was in studio. I liked playing the piano. So this time around, these people called me. They invited me in their church. So I started playing a little bit of the piano. I was in the choir. Yes. School, I was in choir. I was playing their piano. So life started changing. Then I woke up one day, I'm like, I think I don't need to take this anymore.
Okay.
So I stopped taking drugs.
By yourself?
Yes, by myself.
Okay. And that stuck, did you have any relapse, or when you made a decision, you decided, I'm not looking
No,
back?
of course, it can't go that easily. It can't.
Okay.
There are situations when you feel like, if I take this, I think I'm
I'll
going
be
to
better.
be okay. So you go back. But then you're taking, but you're like, why am I doing this?
So
I
you
can
have
do
that
away without
guilt
it.
in your
Yeah.
heart that I'm
Yeah.
doing the wrong thing. So where you are right now, Wizzy, what is your biggest complexity or question about definitely your destiny, where you're headed, and the things that you want to do in life? Because you have dreams.
Yeah, I do have dreams. I feel like maybe one day I would have one of the best film production companies in Uganda.
Okay,
Which,
film production companies.
Yeah.
Not music production,
No,
but film production.
film, yeah.
Okay. So your passion changed from music to film.
Yes.
Okay.
I can do music, but still film, because I started watching movies, I think, at a young age. But now I do think there is still that is missing. We still need a lot to improve in the film industry.
Okay.
These days I've devoted to watching local content. I feel there is something missing.
So what
There's
do you do
something I can
currently?
add.
What do you do currently?
Currently, I create content for TikTokers. I shoot TikTokers. I just shoot their content. Yeah, but I'm a student still. I do go to campus, come back maybe when I'm free. I sit down, I write some plays.
So
My
what do you
target
hope
is
to change
December.
between now and December?
I want to be this humble kid.
Okay. So you want to be humble. You're not humble, so you want to be humble. How
No,
are you going to do
I'm
that?
humble, but my lifestyle. Because right now, if I go back home, right now they'll be like, "This is the guy we used to see 5 years back." So I want my life to change. At least if I'm moving, I want to move with my gimbal now this time around.
Okay.
I want to maybe move with a camera. I want maybe visit those places in my village, because our home, I'm from Buweju district. It's so mountainous. So I want to visit those mountains, take some clips, come back here. I do something with them. Of course, when you go there, they'll be like, that's the guy, we know him, he's a Miyaye. But this time around, when you go, maybe they are seeing you've taken something home.
Like a camera.
Like a camera. Maybe I reach home, I buy a cow. They'll be like, I think this guy is changing. But right now, it's so hard for me now to go back home.
But you know that where you're going is way too far from what you're supposed to do, that even a constant call, checking them weekly,
We do talk.
can show them that you have changed.
Yeah, we do talk. I even video call my dad most especially. And he usually calls me between 11 p.m. in that night. I don't know why he always calls around that time. I
To
don't
see
know.
where you are,
I don't
whether
know.
you're in an Acheyombekede's place.
I really don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Actually, I failed.
Because he knows boys make a lot of mistakes at night. So he wants to know, are you home? Are you settled? But what do you talk about? What conversations do you talk
When he
about?
calls, I think the longest call, I think it ever lasted for 5 minutes. Me
5
and Dad,
minutes.
yeah.
So, and that is
So
too
he
short.
just calls to say, hi, how are you? Maybe I'm like, these days I'm broke, I need something. Then he will promise you. Then the next day you call. That's it.
Yeah, but don't you feel the urge to share your dreams with him, even if you know that some of them are not attainable in the shortest period of time, don't you feel the urge to just share your dreams with him and just engage him as a father? Because your father has lived on earth for the longest time.
Yeah.
So he knows one or two things that can actually help you draw
Now,
closer
for
to your
now,
dreams.
For now, I wouldn't want to involve him because I want it to come as a surprise. I don't want to tell him that I'm on doing this and this. Then after failing, he's like, that's what he used to tell me. He's a failure. I want to do something out of my own energy. By the time I showcase it to them, it's already productive. And these days, I'm currently working with someone. He's now in UK.
Okay.
He has a studio in Barara, a music studio. So when I shared my ideas with him, he bought me a camera, Black Magic 4K. Though now I'm planning to shoot my first movie, but I don't have a...
To shoot your first movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
you already have the actors and
but the budget. Everything. Yeah, I have a lot of friends who are actors. Very many.
Okay.
But now the finances.
Okay. And that movie is written by you?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever thought of an idea of actually seeking for the people that are currently doing that in a bigger way in our country and finding out what ways they did or how they started?
For now, of course, you know, in Uganda, it's all about whom you know and who knows you. For now, I will say no, because I've not met those big people. I've met a few, but then you just meet on a set. You're on someone's set, you meet with people, you say hi, you share contacts. By the time you bring your idea, but of course you don't have that money. Someone asks for 2M. Someone asks for 1M.
What you're looking for here is not really money. What you're looking for is how have they gotten to where they are? Because chances are you will shoot that film and it will never see the light of day.
Yes.
Or it will only be on your social media platforms, and that will be the end of it
but
all.
I do believe once I'm given that opportunity, I know I'll make it, because there is that big difference I want to make in the industry. When you try to watch these music videos for people, big people, I may say, let's say, for example, you watch Chris Brown. There is more. It's a music video, but it's much of a movie, and that is what we miss.
One thing I love about this whole discussion is how much you believe in yourself. It's very, very good, and how much confidence you have in yourself and your abilities, that you know what, if given a chance, I can be able to do it. The only thing is the world does not give many chances, or sometimes it does not give chance at all. That means that we tend to figure it out on our own, or we tend to, or not, if not figuring it out on our own, then learn from other people, just like you've been making your surveys and knowing that, okay, this is not the kind of work I want to do, but I would want to do work that is better, that is in this category. And my main concern is, if you want to be better until you make your relationship with your family, I'll still take you back to that. That is not something that you can put on hold and say, I want until I am better, because by December, you will not have hit the goals that you want to hit. Because filmmaking is a process.
Yeah.
It's not a one-night thing that you do and all of a sudden it breaks even. Actually, by December, you might find that the best breakthrough that you actually have is 5 years.
Yeah.
As in, progressively, as you come on building your dream and get to known for your creativity, get to be known for your, effort and time and input, get to be known for the different projects that you have held, supported other people, even sometimes without being paid.
Yes.
So that means sometimes we pay a high price for the passion that we have and bringing our creativity on board, which we can't say that we want to pause our relationship with our family because you want to prove to them that I'm a good boy. I am a parent, but I don't think I would require of my child to be in a better place before they can create a relationship with me, even if they disappointed me in the first place. You coming back home to them, you allowing to go to school, actually erased everything that you've ever done. You can't believe that. Because as a child, for you, you look at it from the lenses of, I disappointed you. I don't think I want to come near you. I don't think I want to be that close up like I was before.
Yeah.
You will find that every night your mother actually prays for you. You will find that all the safeguarding that you have gone through as a person, to be able to have all those girls and not maybe have HIV. I don't know whether you know your status.
I know.
You know your status.
Yeah.
So it's very possible, because when you were doing all those things, you were not sober all the time.
Yeah.
So anything could have gone wrong. You will find that your mother or even your father, fathers can have a bit of an ego sometimes, and maybe he just says, God, I just hope my child is safe somewhere. But your mother will cry and even go fasting just to make sure that, you know what, I don't know where he is, I don't know what he's doing, but safeguard him. You saying that I want to be better at show something, go back home with something, you can go back with nothing and you'll still be hugged and welcomed.
But then I also do believe, at least if you have something, it may not be that big, but it makes a difference in those people's eyes.
Yeah, but I don't want you to wait for long. Whatever you have right now, who you are right now is enough. But building your dream, that is something I will tell you, go for. The moment you have something that you believe in with all your strength, just like you believe in this dream, let no one ever tell you that it is not doable, that it is not achievable. We are in a different era, we are in a different generation, where if you put your heart to something, especially if it's passion related, you know what passion does is you don't give up.
Yeah.
That's why we say, even if you create a business that is passion-based, it's very hard for you to give up. That even when you don't make profit, you will show up for that business. Even when it collapses back to zero, you will build again. People will even call you mad. They'll be like, what's wrong with that boy? We told him film things are not going to work. When they find you 5 years from now or 10 years from now, having big gigs or even shooting videos out of Uganda and just being called for your expertise as a consultant, where you even don't have to hold a camera, you don't even have to edit, but you're telling them, move it like this, do it like this, and do it like this, and you're being paid money that you even don't think you deserve, but people don't know the nights. They don't know the amount of skits that you have done.
Yeah.
They don't know the amount of broke people you have worked with. They don't know, because now every time you're looking for a chance of, can this chance place me on a bigger platform? Can this chance place me in more eyes so that people can see the kind of work that I do? So all that I will tell you from this show and everything that we've talked about has been so useful and so helpful, but all I will tell you is keep pursuing that vision. Do not stop, not for any reason. Because right now there are people, and sometimes we don't advertise what we do, because if you do short skits, that means you can be able to help people with advertising their brands.
Yeah.
You can help people advertise their products. You
And
can help
I've
people.
done that.
There are so many people. And I would love us to vividly share your social media handles so that people can be able to know that there are people who are doing this here in Uganda. Everyone thinks, have you seen people advertise their products but shooting just their noses? They don't know where to place a camera. Even if it's a phone camera and it's good, they don't know how to use it. But again, you can have packages and say, for business people, this is a package. I will give you maybe, let me just give you a random example. 200,000 to shoot for you a video to promote your products or your shop or something like that. And then they come sign on. Just imagine if 100 people came to you and they said, we want you to write scripts that can be able to promote our businesses. Now you are in business.
Yeah.
You even don't have time. You even employ people and you're like, you know what, come, go and shoot Oli as I shoot this one so that we can hit our targets and do that. So that means there is a lot that you can do. You just need to open your eyes. But number one, do not run away from school. Again, make sure that you complete. I know it's so easy, but you've come so far to give up right now. Okay, so you can't waste all the other years. Make sure that you you finish. But again, you can multitask. That I can handle school while I try out my passion and develop my passion and see how far it can go. Yeah. So I hope when I invite you to shoot something for me, you can be able to come.
Obviously, yeah.
Don't charge me highly, please. Make sure that you don't charge me
Of course,
highly.
when I'm giving you something good.
Okay. So you and I will have an understanding, but we will talk about that. I hope that you've been able to come with us this far and then learn a thing, and not just for you, but even for your children, for your cousins, for the little ones that are in your life, because this is not just for parents. Parents, it's helpful, but even for the little ones, it's very helpful to know that, yes, you can be able to recollect yourself, you can be able to right your wrongs, and you can be able to come back to a straight path, and then you can be able to do something beautiful with your life, just like Wizzy is doing, and I hope that we get to learn from that.